Good morning. Welcome to Weaved Web Recovery. I'm Ryan W. This is Bobby W.
Good morning.
And today's June 24th, but we really felt strongly about the readings from June 23rd. And since we weren't here yesterday for that, hope you don't mind that we go ahead and read yesterday's readings and reflect on them. This is from the Just for Today. We didn't stumble into this fellowship brimming with love, honesty, open-mindedness, or willingness. When we were beaten, we became willing. Basic text, page 20. Surrender may be the necessary foundation for recovery, but sometimes we fight it. Most of us look back after some clean time and wonder why on earth we fought so hard to deny our powerlessness when surrender is what finally saved our lives. As we recover, new opportunities to surrender present themselves. We can either struggle with everyone and everything we encounter, or we can recall the benefits of our first surrender and stop fighting. Most of the pain we experience comes from fighting, not surrendering. In fact, when we surrender, the pain ends and hope takes its place. We begin to believe that all will be well, and after some time realize that our lives are much better as a result. We feel the same way we did when we gave up the illusion that we could control our using, relieved, free, and filled with fresh hope. Just for today, is there a surrender I need to make today? I will remember my first surrender and remind myself that I don't need to fight anymore. AA thought for the day. No chain is stronger than its weakest link. Likewise, if you fail in the day-by-day program, in all probability it will be at your weakest point. Great faith and constant contact with God's power can help you discover, guard, and undergird your weakest point with a strength not your own. Intelligent faith in God's power can be counted on to help you master your emotions, help you to think kindly of others, and help you with any task that you undertake, no matter how difficult. Am I a master of my emotions? Meditation for the day. You need to be constantly recharged by the power of the Spirit of God. Commune with God in quiet times until the life from God, the divine life by that very contact, flows into your being and revives your fainting spirit. When weary, take time out and rest. Rest and gain power and strength from God, and then you will be ready to meet whatever opportunities come your way. Rest until every care and worry and fear have gone, and then the tide of peace and serenity, love and joy will flow into your consciousness. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may rest and become recharged. I pray that I may pause and wait for the renewing of my strength. And 24 hours. Trusting others. But does trust require that we blind to other people's motives, or indeed to our own? Not at all. This would be folly. Most certainly we should assess the capacity for harm as well as the capability for good in every person that we would trust. Such a private inventory can reveal the degree of confidence we should extend in any given situation, as Bill sees it, page 144. I am not a victim of others, but rather a victim of my expectations, choices, and dishonesty. When I expect others to be what I want them to be and not who they are, when they fail to meet my expectations, I am hurt. When my choices are based on self-centeredness, I find I am lonely and distrustful. I gain confidence in myself. However, when I practice honesty in all my affairs, when I search my motives and am honest and trusting, I am aware of the capacity for harm in situations and can avoid those that are harmful. Yeah, I'm glad you decided to do those readings today. The Just for Today, the piece on surrendering, it is the fight that you want to continue to fight. And when you recognize that surrendering is a better path to peace, it just takes everything away. So I was thinking about while I was reading, I was thinking about the first time I surrendered to alcohol. Was in July of last year, and you just realized, it's not worth the fight. You need to change. You need to get better. But then I realized that with that with rigorous honesty, that concept, man, that's your surrender right
Mm-hmm.
there.
Mm-hmm.
That's your surrender. Because if you withhold or you lie, then you're fighting. You're fighting against yourself. And when you surrender the truth, I think that's where you find peace.
Mm-hmm.
And at least in my life, I feel so much better when I, do that next right thing, pursue rigorous honesty. Those are
Yeah.
all things we hear in the program, and I believe that's the fight every day. You fight to be truthful to yourself and to others, and you surrender when you do it
Mm-hmm.
successfully. So I feel good about that. So that's about all I've got. What do you have, Bobby?
From lost to found to surrender to win. And I love the fact that you said surrender, right? When I recall a former broadcast when we were speaking about don't give up, but do give in, So I just want to speak about some of the things that happened just recently in my life, right? From the lost, passing of my brother to seeing just yesterday as I was facilitating a group, the guy that was involved in the death of my brother was there.
Wow.
So I had to surrender my feelings of doing wrong, to do the right thing because I was there for a job, right?
Mm-hmm.
To do a job and to surrender my will to God, to higher power. And then I was with a friend just yesterday, that has been removed from the program, right? And using. And so his mother is calling me as we speak, right? And so it's like, dang, I can see right now, right? Because he don't give up, like you said, don't give up the things that don't give into the things that's harming him, the drugs, the alcohol, the way of living, the way of thinking, So he hasn't surrendered.
Right.
And I recall, like, because hurting people hurt people. And, when I hurt, I hurt. When I hit, I hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I can put my hands on somebody physically, but I'm in pain too because my hand hurts when I drill them
Right.
with the the force that I'm trying to hurt
Right,
someone,
right.
right? And I become in pain. So I didn't surrender how I felt to God, to the higher power, right? And so I was just thinking about, and as I said, I repeat, it's the intellect
Mm-hmm.
over the emotion.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to surrender my thoughts to my higher power,
Yep.
over top of my emotions of what I wanted to do,
Yeah.
right? Because what I wanted to do get me here.
Yeah.
It's a saying they always say, I'm gonna do me. I say, wow, doing me got me where I'm at today. I'm tired of doing me. I'm gonna let the higher power do me, right?
Yeah.
By being taught how to do things,
Yeah.
right? The way I should do things, right?
Right.
So I was thinking like, wow, God, it's always something, a challenge in front of us. Not just me, not just you, but us all.
Yeah.
We all have challenges that we need to surrender,
Right.
right?
Right.
Our way of doing things.
Right.
Because our way got us in places like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Our lifestyle mandated, as we spoke before, us being here.
Mm-hmm.
But today, the lifestyle that I live mandates that I stay here.
Yeah.
Right? So I stay in my mindset of the higher power to do things the right way. Like you said, give up, my ways of thinking.
Yeah.
The way I want to do things.
Right.
The problems that I can't handle.
Right.
The truth. Give up the truth. Give it up. Tell the truth, right? In the word it says, buy the truth and sell it not. So I want to be honest about what I'm saying to myself and to others, right? Because I don't want to be one way and you see me and then behind closed doors I'm another way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I had to surrender to that,
Yeah.
right? And so I'm thinking about how I exemplify one thing, but because you don't know and you don't see me, you don't know what I'm doing wrong. But I know, the higher power know, and my actions, my behaviors will soon enough catch up with that.
Yep. That's right.
He just bought a new car, has a good job, but his money gonna go down the drain. So he basically gonna give the car away.
Yeah.
He basically gonna give the car away, giving his life away.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So this is the thing that's on my mind. So all together to surrender, right? Putting my intellect over top of my emotions
Mm-hmm.
and living the life that's afforded to me from being in this very position.
Right.
Surrendering
Right.
to release the pain.
Yeah.
Not run from it, but to release it,
Yeah.
understand what it is, to address it the right way.
That's
And
right.
I'm thinking on how we can surrender the way we think, the way we act, to what we should do, doing the next right thing.
There you go.
You just said it out your own mouth, doing
Yeah.
the next right thing, and I always want to do the very next right thing, so I thought it was necessary, not just for me, but for all, but most assuredly for me, to speak the truth and to go on what we was talking about, to surrender, right? And to ask you, would it be all right for us to do yesterday's because that was very much on my mind, on
Yeah,
my spirit.
absolutely.
You know, so I'm just thanking God that because of yesterday, I needed to go through to teach me how to be disciplined in surrendering.
Right.
Thanks for letting me share.
You guys have a great weekend, and we'll be back on Monday.